It has been an agonizing 3 decades since we were ruthlessly taken from this world. We, the victims of the unforgivable genocide against the Tutsi, were robbed of the chance to survive. Our existence was extinguished far too soon, leaving behind shattered families desperately in need. Yet, in the eyes of those in power at the time, our lives were deemed unworthy of continuation. Our only sin was the mere circumstance of our birth as Tutsi. We cried out for help, our pleas echoing into the void, but the mighty nations turned their backs on us. Our survival held no value to them. It did not align with their self-serving interests.
Now the entire global terrain is bloody with such conflicts from Rwanda to Georgia. Whether we get involved in any of the world's ethnic conflicts, in the end must depend on the cumulative weight of the American interests at stake.
And so, they callously abandoned us to our harrowing fate. I still remember the haunting sight of those white UN tanks, their heavy guns ominously poised. Foolishly, we clung to the hope that salvation had arrived. Little did we know they were nothing more than hollow symbols, mere props in a tragic performance. Our lives were deemed inconsequential, not worth the fight. Those who wielded machetes, their hands stained with our blood, and those who callously averted their gaze are indistinguishable in their indifference. They even refuse to acknowledge the horrors unfolding before their eyes, reluctant to bestow upon it the rightful name of genocide.
Well, as I think you know, the use of the term genocide has a very precise legal meaning, although it's not strictly a legal determination. There are other factors in there as well. When in looking at a situation to make a determination about that, before we begin to use that term, we have to know as much as possible about the facts of the situation.
Out of curiosity, given that so many people say that there is genocide underway or something that strongly resembles it, why wouldn't this convention be?
Well, I think, as you know, this becomes a legal definitional thing, unfortunately, in terms of as horrendous as all these things are, there becomes a definitional question.
3 decades later, we bear witness to the same individuals who once averted their eyes, now daring to utter the term Rwandan genocide.
Today, the United States remains the only country in the world that has deliberately refused to adopt the official definition of the genocide, the 1994 genocide against the Tutsi. Now, what's the logic behind this deliberate stubbornness of the US not adopting the genocide? Yet, as you said, you stand by Rwanda. Thank you.
And when it comes to recognition of the genocide and the horrors committed, we've been very clear about that. I'll have an opportunity to visit the memorial in just a few hours, and to continuously take account of the almost unfathomable suffering of so many people that remains present in people's lives, and will continue to work at the United Nations for every appropriate recognition of history.
Oh, the bitter irony. The killers did not demand our national identities as they laid waste to our lives, their gaze fixated solely on our Tutsi heritage. Recognizing that Tutsi were the target of elimination doesn't take away from those who stood against genocide or hide and rescued Tutsis. They are the righteous, the best of humanity, and they have their place of honor in our history. Yet, regardless of whether you choose to bestow upon us the honor we deserve, Rwanda has been irrevocably transformed. We implore you to embrace the profound symbolism of the illuminated tree, a beacon of remembrance during the solemn 30th commemoration of the genocide against the Tutsi. Though our mortal forms have perished, Rwanda thrives, pulsating with life. Our people, unwavering in their devotion, pay tribute to us year after year, day after day. As for those who persist in aligning with the wrong side of history, just as you do in the depths of Eastern DRC, I beseech you, if the truth eludes your lips, kindly keep your words confined to the caverns of your being. We shall endure, for we always have, in the face of unfathomable sorrow.